Greetings everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Alright, we're done. We've done all of the dungeons. We're about to take on Ganon's Tower, but first I have to get that last piece of heart that I didn't get before. So I checked out a guide and figured out which one it is, so I'm going to go get it. Alright, so we're back up on Death Mountain. It's actually pretty easy to miss this, this piece of heart. Normally when you come up here, you kind of just keep going to the right here, but what you want to do is actually jump down to one of these ledges, and there's a network of caves, and inside this network of caves is the piece of heart, obviously. It's pretty cool. That ledge above just leads to a fairy fountain. We can get to it if you jumped over to that other ledge to the left. We're also going to be able to get to it a little bit later after getting this piece of heart, but it doesn't matter because I got it now. There, I've got everything. 100 goddamn %. Yeah, he's telling us about Spectacle Rock. So, yeah, we're at the point in the game where you would normally be going to the Tower of Hera here. So, like I said, I missed this one. Whoops! Alright, now that that little detour is over, we're going to head on over to Ganon's Tower, which is right up here in the mountains with Turtle Rock. It's, like I said in the previous video, it's right where the Tower of Hera is in the Light World. So, all you have to do is walk over here. Now, these guys are kind of a Zelda staple enemy. They show up in a lot of games, and they pretty much do the same thing. They were in the first game. I remember seeing them in the Oracle series, and they're probably in a bunch of others, but I'm trying to remember which ones they are. Anyway, this is Ganon's Tower. You can get up here as soon as you have the Titan's Mitt and the hook shots, but you can't get in because you need all 7 maidens to do it, because they're going to break the seal and open up the ladder or do whatever it is that they're doing. And Ganon stuck his face on the tower. Good job, buddy. Yep, here we go. Time to take on Ganon's Tower. Now, I did get a request to do this without a practice run because people wanted to see kind of a more unpolished run through it. I did do this without practice, but I gotta say it actually went pretty well, unfortunately, for those who are looking for a bad experience. Problem is, I know this castle pretty well, so, sorry. Anyway, you can go down the right or the left path, but taking the left path first is the only one that makes sense because it's where you get all your keys and all that jazz. You can't go through the middle path, though, when you get in that main room because, well, you're going to be blocked off by a locked door immediately. So this is the way to go. Ganon's Tower is not very hard to navigate. It's actually relatively simple. The enemies in it, though, can get pretty tough, and some of the puzzles can get a little difficult, but it's nothing insane, or nothing we haven't seen before. So, that being said, it's not a very difficult end of the game, but oh well, we will traverse it anyway. This is an interesting puzzle. You gotta do your timing right when you use your hookshot to go over to the treasure chest. Other than that, though, not too rough. So anyway, we have a map. I'm sorry I didn't check it on video, but just imagine that it's a tower. It's got about 7 floors. It goes straight up. There you go. That's the map. Shit, I need to change the crystal switch. Now, you could use a bomb here, but I'm going to get a little crafty and use the boomerang. Because, you know, I got 49 bombs. I might need them all. Alright, now here, you have to use a bomb to set off the crystal switch, but you have to put it far away so that it only hits one of them, or else it's going to hit both and, you know, basically negate what you just did. No good. Oh lord, this room is not fun. Unless you've got the cape! Then it's nothing. Yep. I'm going to be abusing the cape a few times in this dungeon, actually. There's quite a few parts in this dungeon where the cape actually helps you out. So, like I said, it is the optional item. It's a good optional item to have. And I pushed that accidentally, and that pushed the treasure chest open. So, wow. See what I mean by I didn't do a practice run, but things just kind of happened to me that were lucky? Now, I remember this room. You can get lost in this room, but I remember that you always kind of want to go to the left and the bottom for most of them. Yeah, always go to the bottommost left portal, and you'll be all the way through. Bottom left, Ferris. There you go. Oh, yep, there you go. Got it! And that's that. The teleporting maze is solved. That puts a lot of... There's a lot of frustration in that maze when you're doing it for the first time, but it's not too difficult. And even if you get lost, it's not like you can't find your way back. Alright, this room is fun. It's got an invisible floor in it, like so. And we have to light a torch to expose the floor. Now, the lighted torch will only stay lit for so long, so that means the floor is only going to be exposed for so long. So what I'm going to do is I should probably leave. Yeah, I'm going to leave one of those skull things there because that way I can hookshot over to the platform and save myself some time. Yeah, buddy. Whoa, ooh, that was pretty close. Somehow walked over the edge there. Try not to worry about these enemies, or you're going to run out of visible floor. As you can see, doesn't matter though. If it happens to you, if you can remember where the floor is, you can keep going, because it's not like it goes away. And if you can find a way to get an eye line on the torch, you can just relight it. There you go. Now, I forgot which hole in this room goes to the next level down, so I'm just going to bomb a bunch of them. And lo and behold, it's the first one I did, so, well, there you go. God damn it, those things. The anti-fairies are quite annoying. And hey, look at this! Yeah, we're gonna fight a lot of bosses that we fought from earlier versions of dungeons. This one's got a little twist because it's on the ice floor, but our silver arrows will dispatch these armored knights with one hit. So, yeah, no problem at all. No problem whatsoever. Notice the... Get in the goddamn door, Ferris. Notice the Triforce decorations as well as the Ganon head decorations. We've already got the big, giant fucking key. We're ready to open all kinds of shit now. Oh man, I love me some ice rooms. Alright, if you're looking for a refill, you can go through this and grab some fairies. But I'm good on fairies. Basically, you can use your boomerang to net them, or if you want, you can just wait for them to come out of the gap. Not a big deal. And hey, we've already got the treasure. Now, Ganon's Tower can be done in several different ways. You don't have to take this path that I'm taking through it. And the red mail is actually really easy to miss if you don't do the path that I'm taking. Because once you've grabbed enough keys, you can start taking the upper path and be done with it. Of course, though, they make it simple, though, if you just keep following the path right after you get the big key. You kind of have to run into it, so... That being said, we have the red mail, which means we have everything in the game. We're done. We've collected 100% items. I've gotten everything. All of the heart pieces. Whatnots. Ferris is one decked out motherfucker. This room, oh my god. Alright, we're speeding this room up a little bit because basically all you have to do is wait out the tiles. It's kind of annoying though because we've got the wall master coming down to take you out. We got the anti-fairy that I could sprinkle on, but I'm not, and then the tiles. And then anytime you swing your sword, those things will shoot beams at you. And there we go. We are rewarded with a key. I guess we will continue progressing. Oh man, this room's kind of fun. You gotta light all of the torches in this room in order to unlock the door to the bottom. Your first bet, though, the best bet that you have is to kill all the enemies in it first, because that way then they'll be out of your way. Ah! God damn it. Although you can never kill the floor master, or the wall master, because it always keeps coming back no matter what you do. So here we go! We're gonna light all the torches. Best to use your flame rod for this one. Once you get the flame rod, there's really no reason to use the lantern anymore. Oh man, just using all kinds of magic here. Good thing is those torches burn for a little while, so not too big of a deal. Alright, so this is an interesting crystal switch to hit. Now, normally you would think maybe I could throw a bomb on there, but you really don't have enough room to throw a bomb where you need to. It always goes too far. So, you have to use your Cane of Samaria. in a way that you don't normally think to use it. That's right. You throw the block on there, and then you push the cane button again to shoot the fireballs, and that's how it works. Puzzle solved. A lot of people don't think to do that on their first run through the game. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's made readily apparent that the Cane of Samaria does that. This room, you have to open all the chests in the right order in order to get a compass. Even if you don't open them in the right order, you don't get the compass. Not really a huge loss. Alright, now normally we could just warp back to the beginning of the dungeon now because the rest of these rooms just go in a circle. But I want to grab this key because that way you have an extra key. It's always good to have an extra key. So I'm not going to use it on this door because if you keep going that way, it just goes into a circle that eventually brings you back to the beginning of the dungeon anyway. So you might as well just warp to the beginning. Now that we're done with the bottom paths, we can take the upper path. Let's go. Start climbing the tower. Oh man, this room is a bitch. This room is a bitch. Now you could, you know, put your cape on and just kind of walk through it, but that uses a fuck ton of magic because this room is kind of long and you have to keep hitting the crystal switch. So it's best to just take it slow, kill all the enemies. Don't get yourself stuck on the platforms. Yeah, so make sure you don't have to kill all the enemies, but just the ones that are in your way. Like this fucker right here. And there you go, room solved with very little damage. Now you could drag the statue all the way down here and use it to block the trap from hurting you, but I'm gonna live life dangerously. Oh yeah. Remember these guys from one of the very first dungeons in the game? It's actually the dungeon you get the arrows in. They took so many hits back then. 2 or 3, now just 1. No big deal. A lot of enemies are no big deal right now, especially if you're going for 100% and you have fully upgraded everything. I mentioned that you need the silver arrows to defeat Ganon, but you don't need the golden sword. That's actually an optional upgrade. Now with the golden sword, you can do regular damage to Ganon, but if you don't have it, you have to use spin attacks, or I think a Pegasus charge will work too. But that's enough rambling. It's time for another trap room. They certainly love these trap rooms with crystal switches. It's all about timing here. Now, I thought these were enemies that you could hit with your sword, the red ones or whatever, those guys, but it's these eyeball monsters. Not a big deal. Yeah, the rest of that puzzle's nothing to worry about. Don't rush through this room or you're probably going to get hit by the cannonballs. Otherwise, though, that's it for that floor. We're on a new floor. Now, this floor has a lot of rooms that are very similar. It's just basically a boss, an enemy rush after enemy rush after enemy rush. It's going to get to the point, though, where there's going to be so many enemies, it's going to be simpler just to use Bombos. Which, as you can probably guess, I will do. Because I love that spell. Bombos is a fantastic fucking spell. God, Bombos is shooting me constantly. Yeah, it's about time to start bombing stuff. Fuck this room. Oh, yeah. Now, they're refilling your bombs here. They could be encouraging you to use bombs on the enemies, but I don't know. That takes a lot of time, and I'm just about using bombs because, yeah. One more room. Now, we don't have to... You don't really have to use bombos in this room. It's not as hard. It doesn't have the conveyor belt floors, but it does have the ice, which can get kind of nasty, but it's not too bad. I see your clever tricks, Ganon. Can't fool me! Oh boy, we get to fight this thing again! It's actually easier to fight, though, because we have the golden sword now. We're pretty much indestructible. Although his rocks still do a ton of damage. Man, we are running out of health. Yep, running out of health. Guess I'll have to use one of my fairies. Yeah, that was pretty close. Very well could have died. Alright, a few more refills in this room. A bomb, a heart, a magic container, and 5 arrows. And then we move on to the next floor, floor 5. Alright, this room has an invisible floor with some whiz robes. Now I'm going to demo something that was mentioned in a previous video. Whoa. You can actually use the ether spell to view invisible floors. So I'm going to show that off right now, because I didn't do that. Problem is, it's temporary. You have to kind of remember where they were. It doesn't stay on. Not a big deal, though. Shit! I guess I should have remembered where the floor was. There you go. Wizrobes defeated. Not a big deal. Alright, we've seen this room before. We're just going to run through it. Or rooms like this before, at least. This dungeon has a lot of puzzles and things from all of the other dungeons combined. Like, they just like to throw in everything that you've fought before. Here's a little thing to demo. Wizrobes appear to be immune to bombos. Shit. Or that could be just because they were phasing out. Whatever. Guess it's time to sword them all to death. It's not a big deal, though, because they're pretty simple. Wizrobes had gotten much simpler from their original Legend of Zelda counterparts. Wizrobes were the biggest dicks in the original Zelda game. And then there was a boss Wizrobe in Zelda 2. He was actually kind of easy. And then Wizrobes, their next iteration was right here. No big deal. Wizrobes, I think they balanced them out a little better. Alright, I'm trying to set up this room. You want to light all 4 torches, and they're gonna run out of... they're gonna burn out quickly, so... You want to remove all of the skulls first, and then do it. And you also gotta watch your timing because of the fireball chain snake thing that's going on. Now hightail that shit down to the door. I could use, well, I guess I couldn't have used a hookshot because I can't get to any of those skulls. That's okay though, the door stayed open. Alright, here's a cool thing. When you're charging up your sword, you're holding your shield to the side. That actually blocks things to your side. Pretty nifty, huh? Alright, this room you want to light these torches really quickly because the floor is going to start disappearing. If you fall though, don't worry, you're just going to fall down that room right below you where the eye lasers are. No big deal. Now, you don't actually have to solve this room if you got that extra key like I did, but I don't know, I did it anyway. Why not? Oh, all that chiming that you're hearing is from the floor below us, where we lit all 4 of those torches by the chain fire snake thing. That's the fires going out. You can still hear it here on this floor. Interesting. Alright. It's a pretty simple puzzle. Bomb, conveyor belts, explosion. Of course, now we have traps and conveyor belts, which is a nasty combination. No big deal. Yeah, I don't have to solve this room either because of that extra key. But I'm going to do it because, yeah. I'm an idiot, and I think I forgot that I had the extra key. It's okay, though. It's not too difficult a room. Nothing we can't handle. And yes, it's time for the last boss refight of the dungeon. This guy, the giant Moldorm. He's really simple. 2 spin attacks with the golden sword, and he's dead. I don't think they made these guys any stronger. They probably should have. Now that is the chest up here jingle. So we just have to look for where it is. There it is. And now we can use our hook shots. Ah, money. I don't need it anymore. I got so much money. My wallet's so full I can't fit anything in it anymore. Fuck this room, by the way. This room is designed by people who hate you. Also designed by people who think that you might not have grabbed the magic cape. You can pretty much just avoid everything by using that. Otherwise, you get ice, conveyor belts, spikes, bouncy things, everything under the sun. Doesn't matter though, we're on floor 7, which means it's boss time. Now the boss of Ganon's tower is Ganon! No, it's not. It's actually Ganon, whatever the fuck his name is. The wizard! You know! So I got out my wizard fighting net, and I'm ready to catch him. Now he does something a little different for this fight. He's going to split himself into 3 parts, like this. Only 2 parts actually... I'm sorry, 2 parts are fake, and actually only 1 part can take damage. Now, that's kind of cool in the fact that you can reflect more than 1 beam to the real one. So sometimes you can get 2, and even if you're really lucky, 3 hits on him in one volley. Otherwise, though, the fight doesn't change from this. He doesn't do that lightning move that he did before. Well, either he doesn't do it or I didn't give him time to do it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, he was possessed by Ganon. Whoa. That makes sense, and we can't kill the bats. So the game is going to auto-call the duck for you in the Dark World, which is the first time we ever see it do anything in the Dark World. That was kind of cool. We flew from the tower that's in the background that you see there, and Ganon busted down. Now, this is normally the part in the game where you can go get some refills, refill your life, refill your magic, whatever. Fuck it. I'm fighting Ganon with 5 hearts and half of my magic gone. I'm going to regret this. There is a way to get out of this Ganon fight if you run out of stuff or get unprepared. There will be a point where he eventually starts pounding the ground and the floor gives way. You can fall through that and leave the tower. Otherwise, though, we're going to fight Ganon. His first attack is to throw his trident around. It does some pretty nice damage, so you don't really want to touch it, and then he'll teleport. Now, you don't have to spin attack on him. I'm spin attacking because it does more damage per strike, but you can just do a regular sword slash on him, too, which is probably the easier way to do it. Shit, I'm going to die. That's okay, though. I've got some fairies. Oh boy, this is no good. Alright, so this is his second attack. He's going to surround himself with some fireballs, spread them out, bring them back in, and then they turn into fire bats that are going to kill you. This is actually a relatively hard attack to dodge, and you don't get much chance to actually do damage to him, so you've got to try and take advantage of everything that you can. Shit, I died. That's okay, though. Like I said, I've still got a few fairies left. I also have my bee, but Lenny is not going to do anything to Ganon, so I can't do it. Sorry, Lenny. You have gone into retirement. He's living a good life in the bottle, though. Alright, so now he's getting pretty pissed off, and he's doing his next attack. He'll surround himself with the fire bats, and then he's going to start teleporting around like an idiot. And then he jumps, and this is where the floor starts to give way around the edge. Like I mentioned, if you ever want to leave the fight, you could just fall down that hole, and you end up in another part of the pyramid, and you can exit that way. Not too difficult yet. We're still not into the more difficult part of the fight, but that's coming soon. All in all, I gotta say that this is kind of a cool Ganon fight. It's not, I wouldn't say it's the best Ganon fight, but it's not bad. Anyway, do enough damage to him, he's going to start shouting about darkness. Get your fire rod ready. And this is where I'm going to be pissed off at myself for not running out of, or not bringing any magic here. You have to light the torches, hit him, and then shoot him with the silver arrow when he's frozen. Now you can hit him, sometimes it's 3 times, sometimes it's 4 times. Doesn't really matter. Alright, now I only have enough magic to light the torches 1 more time, and yet he's got 2 more hits on him, so this is going to be interesting. Good thing, though, is I got him really fast this time, so hopefully I'll be able to hit him again before the torches go out, because I can't light them. Oh, that was so lucky. Holy shit. You have no idea. I was getting worried here when I was fighting him that I might have to do a second take and actually do a jump cut during the Ganon fight. Holy shit, that would have been embarrassing. Doesn't matter, though. He's dead. We have defeated Ganon. And I shot him in the hand. All right, and that's it. That's the end of the game. We have found the Triforce. Or at least the essence of the Triforce. So, as been mentioned by all of the maidens, the Triforce is going to grant wishes in the hearts and minds of the person who touches it. So, since we are a pure heart and pure mind, or whatever you want to call us, we can make a wish and it will come true. We're going to wish all this evil shit away. Now that Ganon is dead, the Dark World is going to fade into nothingness, and we will have remained victorious. I don't understand that. Stronger the wish, the stronger the expression of the witch. Wish? The witch. The witch! It's a witch! I don't know. Yeah, that'll happen. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. I think he was just kind of hanging out here doing nothing, because it seemed like I had all the time in the world. So yes, we have totally destroyed Ganon. Notice how it says we totally destroyed him, even though he's going to show up in later games. I think we're still at the point in the series where they weren't really sure if there were going to be any more sequels. This might have been the last game that they were thinking about. Who knows? I'm just speculating here because the timeline is such a crazy clusterfuck. We don't even want to know. We're going to clutch the hell out of that Triforce. Aw, yeah. Alright. Thanks for watching. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. It's a pretty interesting movie. I really like the big battle near the end, but that's okay though. The Loyal Sage at the Sanctuary. The Loyal Sage, who also was a horrible, horrible bodyguard to leave the princess with. Good job. I actually thought he was dead, but I suppose he was just knocked out. Whatever. Sasrala has returned to his home. I don't understand why this is such a big deal, because he was just kind of hanging out in the that weird area where the first dungeon is. He could have just came back. I don't know. The desert is now ruled by vultures. Whether that's a good thing or not is up to you. There's that thief guy. The bully makes a friend. I guess he was tired of kicking his little jelly buddy around, and now they're buddies. They look... I don't know if they look better in their dark or their light world counterparts. Our uncle what the shit? No. He was dead. Come on. What are you doing? Are we retconning the uncle back into the story in the same game? You gotta be kidding me. Flippers for sale. Pretty expensive. Incredibly useful. Whatever. Yep, Syrup and Maple before they actually had names. Well, not Maple. The assistant. Later on, the assistant is Maple. Oh, these incredibly happy lumberjacks. They're so fucking excited to be cutting down this tree, man. You don't even know. He was dead! What is this? Are we just bringing everyone back to life? Man, the Triforce just pretty much erased everything that ever happened, including the death of all of the characters that have died. Oh, this better not be the fat one. Please don't be the fat one. Please don't be the fat one. Please don't be the fat one. Oh my god, it's not the fat one. Venus. I had no idea that fairy had a name. These guys rock. I tell you what, they gave me my sequence broken sword. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Wait, that's not the bug-catching kid. That's that thief that ran away from us. Oh, there he is. Yeah, there's the bug-catching kid. And Lenny! Lenny found a home. Good for you, buddy. The Lost Old Man? Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. There he is. Yep, he's the guy who was hanging out in that cave when we first came up here at the very beginning of the game. He healed us up and sent us on our merry way. the Forest Thief, because there's only one. And the Master Sword sleeps again forever! Yet another thing where they say that it's, you know, forever. Ganon is totally destroyed, the Master Sword's going to sleep forever. They should probably tag it, though, with forever, at least until next time it's needed. Which will be pretty soon! Alright guys, so that's it for the Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. I want to thank you for joining me. I had a fun time, even though I had to break it up and finish it months later or whatever. Anyway, though, I really like this game. It's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite Zelda game, but it's pretty close. It's up there. I like... there's things that I like about it, things I don't like. It's been mentioned in the videos and in the thread, but I like the puzzles in the dungeons. The environments are pretty cool. But I wish they would have put a little more variety into the dungeons. You know, the way that they looked, all they really did was palette swap some of the colors. The only dungeon that really stood out to me was the Ice Dungeon, because it looked really different. And then Turtle Rock obviously stands out for everybody, because it's just a beast. One of the things that really could have helped out the dungeons would have been maybe separate music for them. Something like that. Anyway, that's enough. Me rambling on. The Let's Play is over. You don't want to hear me talking anymore. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the credits. Oh, by the way, we're at the quest history. Shows how many times you died in whatever areas. I didn't die once. I also played through the game on one continuous save without ever actually shutting it off, which, when you reload a save, actually adds to your death count as well for some crazy reason. So, as you can see, this is 100% run, 0 deaths, 0 reloads, and that is that. You may now all marvel in my awesome power. Not really, this isn't that much of an accomplishment. Anyway, thanks for watching! You guys have a fantastic time. I'll see you guys on the next LP, which may or may not happen. But it's, yeah, anyway, that's it. The end. Go away. Why are you still watching this video? Get out of here.